Hello, hello. One of the first questions was in German. So I'm gonna answer this question in live in German. Viel mehr. So good to see you. I was just talking about you the other day, and now you're the first person I see here on this live. Maybe it's a sign to do it in English. Okay. Not sure if I can change it, but the question is gonna be, the question was, how do I deal when I receive hate? And hello, hello. So many people are here. Promise the next live is gonna be in German. So, question is of the life. It's one of the questions you guys asked, and I thought it's cool to do a full live on that. So, how do I deal with hate? Two parts of it. Three. First of all, whenever you show yourself in life, in general, and I feel on social media particularly, I don't know what happened to us, humanity, on social media, that the rules of humanity, I don't know. People go insane on social media, but they're never brave enough to tell you things straight to your face. So this, first of all, is something I would like you to consider when you receive any kind of interesting comments from people on social media. Then obviously I only can talk about myself, and I've been having my business for more than 4 years now, and most of the time I'm talking about money, a lot of money, millions, billions, multi-millions, how to make more money with my business, and also how to teach you to make more money. And not just from the point of view where it's about chasing the money and making more money, but from the point of connecting to your spirituality, connecting to your own roots. And the new program is called Awaken the Millionaire. And Millionaire obviously is pretty simple as a money aspect, but the part Awaken for me is rising in consciousness, receiving a higher level of consciousness. And why am I so dedicated to this work? This is answering now the question, what you can do if you receive hate, or how to deal with it, or how do I deal with it. I was on a retreat last week, and I said something. Very often spiritual people, women in particularly, that are part of the healing industry, the wellness healing industry, they have the potential to change everything about the frequency of money. And they decide not to. They decide money is a root of all evil. We don't need money. Money is not important to me. Life is just not about money. Yada, yada, yada. And at the same time, if I would ask all of you, this community, do you agree right now that the way money is currently contributed is not equal? Would you agree that there are a lot of people and companies that have much more money compared to others? And is there a minority or majority more that does not have a lot of money? right? If you would ask this question, I guess everyone's hand would be up. Yes, I agree. The way money is currently distributed in the world is not very equal. So, we agree on that. The majority of us agrees on that. And now, how can we change that? We as a collective, and you. Every one of us is part of the collective, and every one of us can change that. How? So if we agree that there is an inequality on how money is currently distributed in the world, how can money be equally distributed in the world? If all the people that haven't taken any money in the past, or just a little bit, decide to take more and more and more. The only way financial equality can happen, in my eyes, is if every individual person allows themselves to consciously take more money, rise your vibration when it comes to money. So every one of us has more. And if we all have more, then money is more equally distributed. But this shift can only happen, in my eyes, is my opinion, my very personal opinion, if you make a conscious decision to raise your money vibration. If you make that conscious choice, I am taking more money, first of all, for myself to live a different life. And then with that excess energy and that excess money I have, I can do things to this planet, for this world. I can be the change I want to see. One thing, for instance, I've been doing for a long time is my heart cries when I see all the plastic and trash on the streets. So already when I was living in New Jersey by the ocean, I always, when I was there for ocean walk, either I had a bag with me and I was collecting trash, or at least I collected trash when I forgot the bag. I collected with my hands and put it in a trash can. And here in Mexico, it's a lot of trash and plastic on the streets. And actually, so far, Ed and I, we always have a bag with us and collect trash, mostly plastic, put it in the bag, and put it in a trash can. So, with having excess money, we live in a community right now where it's really mixed. You have like villas which are worth $1 million, which we are staying in, and you have very simple houses, yeah, where the roof is like a plastic roof. It's all mixed together. So what we've been doing, for instance, we know a lot of people work for 50 pesos a day, 50, 100 pesos a day, which is about like $3, if even, yes, $3 to $6. So with a lot of kids, we've been saying, okay, hey, help us cleaning the streets with the trash, and in exchange, we give you like 50 pesos, 100 pesos. And it was really cool to see how all of a sudden, how clean our street got. And I'm sharing this with you because, for instance, I stopped a long time ago writing big checks to NGOs, especially big international NGOs, because so much information came out how the money has been laundered, not been used for the causes I wanted to cause it. And if I donate money, it's really to individual, local NGOs, yeah, or companies, but no big branches. And the other part is very often I contribute my money directly to a single person if I see they do something good. Or like what we did with the kids here, asking us to help collecting the trash and giving money in exchange. And this is something I'm capable of doing, first of all, most important, because I've put myself first. I make sure my cup is filled every single day. Before I show up here, before I serve you, which I truly love from the bottom of my heart, I've been journaling, I've been laying down, I've been listening to a coaching program I'm currently doing. I am taking care of myself. I did a workout this morning, I did a meditation, I journaled, and afterwards I feel and I do a check-in how I feel. And then I serve. And some days, most of you saw it in the last couple of weeks, I haven't been really online. And it's not because I don't love you. I don't love my work. I just felt like my cup was not overflowing in the way I wanted to in order to show up here and serve. And this for me is the deepest level of self-care. Because when I show up for you in all of my programs, I'm 100% there. I'm either all in or all out. And sometimes that may seem very radical to some people. And for me, it's not. I'm just listening to my heart. And if that means that sometimes my heart is radical, it is. So, what to do with hate now? Let's get back to that topic. So, I haven't chosen to be a money coach. It's more or less, it came to me. And I think every one of us has a topic you can talk about 24/7. Not because you think, oh wow, I can make a lot of money with it, but you feel like there is a natural interest in that topic. There is some calling, there is a natural, it draws you to. And for me, that was always money. And I think a lot of frequencies have been really misunderstood by humanity. One is a sexual frequency, and what we think how sex should be between two people, how it shouldn't be. A big part obviously for me is porn industry and what we see in there, how sex should be, and it's truly nothing like that. So it's truly a frequency which is destroyed by humanity at the moment. And for me, another frequency that is really destroyed as well is money, the financial energy. So if you've received this calling, or you've devoted yourself to heal that frequency, not just for yourself, but for humanity as well, at least so far, you will receive hate. So, in German, I always say hate is upside down love. Hate is upside down love. What do I mean by that? If I'm angry, if I'm hateful, especially towards a different person, that person is saying something truth I cannot see yet. And because I don't know, because I haven't learned, I choose not to learn in the past how to deal with my emotions, how to handle my emotions, how to read my emotions. That energy, when someone says truth and it truly deeply touches me in my heart, I react in the form of anger and hate. So if I know that about those emotions, I'm not saying it's cool if people react that. You know, I've received messages, we don't have to talk about it, and it's painful and it hurts. In this life, however, I want you to help understand where that person is coming from. And what really helped me to see is like, wow. So if I'm mad or angry or I see something social media I don't like, I just do next. I don't react. So think about it. Someone reacting in hate and anger is taking that time, that love, that energy to write those very, very long messages, whatever they do. But the most valuable thing that person has, every one of us, is our own energy and our own time, and how we contribute to that. So someone using their own energy, their own time to leave those kind of comments is a form of love. And obviously it's not the form of love we want to receive it. That's why I call it upside down love. Yes? So what really helped me whenever I've received hate on social media, first of all, your account is your life, is your house. So if you look back right now, would you let everyone and everybody just into your house because they're right there in front of the door? Hell no. Hell no. What happens in your house, who enters, what you allow and what not, is your own boundaries. So first of all, on social media, if I do not like the comments and I think it's not in an appreciative way, I delete. I delete and I block people. And I've been doing this from the beginning. And that's okay. It's my time and my energy, and I also can choose who's allowed to receive that. It's a form of self-love. First one. Second, very often people are also just frustrated with their lives. So now you are the person that is living a different life than the person you trigger, than the one that reacts in a hateful way to you. So whatever you say in that moment is not gonna, it's not gonna say all of a sudden, oh, I'm so sorry I said this, Jeanine, I thank you for being a trigger. Because if people would have that level of consciousness, they would react differently. So in my eyes, if, first of all, this is me, Jeanine, is a very personal decision, I do not react. If I react, and this is the only reaction I recommend you to do in those cases, love, appreciation. Just writing, if you want to, like, first of all, shortest reaction, 3 hearts to the comment. That's it. You will realize people want to fight. They send those messages. They want a verbal fight. You're not joining on that verbal fight. It's like explosion happening. The second one, I truly recommend to do if you feel like you want to choose your words, and also think about it. Really, if you're part of the podcast community in Germany, I so deeply can recommend you the new episode coming out on Tuesday. If you're not part of it, just get the podcast for that episode. Because I'm talking about, so the most valuable things we have is our personal energy and our time. Every time I use words, I use my own energy. I repeat, every time I use words, no matter the vibration of the words, no matter which word, I use my own energy. Repeating a third time. Every time you use a single word coming out of your mouth, you use your own energy. And if you look back to all the spiritual teachers we had out there, we have those words, silence is golden. How much can be gained when we are silent? And it's not about the meditation. It's another aspect of that. It is not using words, not releasing energy out there, but keeping that energy of words to myself, to my own creation. This is one of, like, maybe a little bit too much for life right now. But this is one of the reasons why for hateful comments, I do not react with words. Because I don't want to use my own energy, the most valuable thing I have, for that. I can choose if I want to use my energy in money-making activities and create more for myself, no matter what that is. Or if I use my energy for someone, and this is my judgment, my label, that's reacting or coming to my house in a no respectful way. Because imagine someone is at your door, outside door, screaming, yelling, saying all those things people have been saying to you. What would you do? Would you open your door and say, hey, let's come in and have a chat about it? No, you're gonna say like, F it. The door is locked. Adios, motherfucker. I think so. So allow yourself to have those strict boundaries on social media as well, in your own community. It is your community and you are setting the rules and the boundaries of that community. So this is now a little bit, there's a coaching aspect here. The first part is, yes, we can talk about how it's painful and mean when other people do that. So I told you my reaction would be just send love, heart emojis. If you feel like you want to use your words, I would judge it and label it as waste your words. Then I only would say, thank you for your comment. I appreciate your opinion. That's it. Not more. Never ever are you gonna argue and talk to someone about the content. Yes? So now we're coming to the coaching aspect. Why you think you're receiving hate? One aspect for me is the topic you're talking about is a lot of energy. A lot of energy for me, everything related to health, everything related to sex, relationship, everything related to money is all topics which have a lot of energy, a lot of heat, a lot of tension in our society because they're broken vibrations at the moment that need to be healed. And think about yourself, how do you heal? Yes, sometimes you heal through inspiration, and very often you heal through pain. Someone showing us that life can be done differently, someone showing us that life can be lived in a different financial reality can be such a huge trigger, and we never know how someone is exploding to that. So now a little coaching aspect I would like to add as my final word on this Sunday. This can be a trigger alarm, just saying it in advance. But you're here to heal not just yourself, not just your life, not just your bank account. Most important, you're here in all of the coachings you will ever join of mine have one core purpose, which is to grow to a complete new level of self-love and self-respect. And think about why for a moment. Your bank account, I've been saying this since the beginning, your bank account is a current reflection of your self-love and your self-boundaries. I'm repeating, your current bank account is a reflection of your self-love and the boundaries you've set in your business. You have a business, people don't pay on time. Who allowed that to happen? Exactly, you. Deep down, you want to charge a different price for your program, for your services, for your offers, but you don't. Whose decision is that? What I've learned about hate, I've received hate publicly. By the way, a lot of hate about my book. Lot of hate about my book. I think this was least expected, that a frickin' book can create such a big shitstorm. It started by Handelsblatt, a German big newspaper. A lot. It was the least of my business projects I've done that I would have expect that could create a shitwave. Yeah, or any form of hate. Never ever would have expected a book can do it, but it did. So universe is always full of surprises. At this point, I only can laugh about myself. My phone died due to a heat wave. It was too hot in the sun. Then I got Ed's phone, and I said I just wanted to finish my last thought I had. And I was talking, and forgot to press play. Yeah, so at this point, maybe also the universe, maybe were telling me people are not ready to hear. But at this point, I really don't care anymore. I always said the things no one wanted to hear. And I truly believe we grow through radical honesty. Not just radical honesty having with ourselves, but radical honesty also from others. So I also feel like we live in times right now where we don't have time for sheep talk anymore, for just words. Hi, Nikki. But we need people that act, like that walk their talk is more needed than ever. I feel like on this planet we've done so much talking and so little action. So when it comes to hate, and in my eyes as a coach, why you receive hate. So when looking back to my book release last year in August, and yes, it was super, super unexpected that I could receive so much shit and hate with a book. And at the same time, I realized, oh wow, it's really a frequency that does need to be healed. And how do we heal? Person by person, that allows themselves to take more and more money. So money is distributed more equally. It is not enough just to say, oh, this is all this money out there and I think is really not equal, and why are some people having so much and others are not? The only way you change that is you allowing to take more, more and more and more and more and more. This creates a new equilibrium. This is the only way when it comes to money, because the money is out there, and if you decide not to take it, someone else does. And there's so many companies, individuals out there that have been taking and taking and taking and taking. And if we do not like it, the only way to change it is that every one of us takes more money. So obviously, you will heal your own financial situation and your own relationship with money. And at the same time, every time we do something for us, the law of polarity, we also have to do something to others for others. You also heal the financial vibration of money on that planet. So I want you as of now to have that in mind. When you ask for more money, when you take more money, you do it for yourself and you do it to heal the planet. Because with that money, you can invest and do all those projects you want to see on the world done. You don't have to wait for anyone. So, final impulse on hate. I want you as of now, whenever you receive an interesting comment on social media or wherever in your life, do a check-in and see how much self-love are you actually having for yourself. How much can you look in the mirror, see your body and do, I just love you. So proud of you. I'm so grateful. I take care of you. How much in those moments, if you look back, have you set the boundaries you wanted to have in your business? Or were people able to do things to you which you didn't like? The most obvious ones: not paying on time, paying in installments, charging a different price than negotiated in the beginning, whatever it is. In my world, in my own experience, I just can see I've received interesting comments when I didn't love myself the way I deeply wanted to, and that other person was just a reflection. And I'm not saying, let's go back to the first part of the live. On YouTube, you're gonna put both parts together. I'm not saying that it's cool, when you receive hate and how people react. We talked about it in the first part. I'm just saying, every time those kind of things pop up, there is always a mirror work we can do as well. That person, and this is an attitude towards life, every person has a gift for you. Can you see that gift, and are you willing to receive that gift? And this is what I'm trying to tell you. In those moments, have a check-in. Yes, this is what I wanted to share. Originally in German, but then all my English peeps showed up. So to all my German community, I promise, maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, I will see how I feel now. I'm gonna answer some of your questions in German from the question sticker. If you have a question, something you always wanted to ask me, you wanted to know about your own business, about money, energy, spirituality, whatever, traveling, being free, whatever it is, I don't know what could be possibly on your mind, go back to my story. There is a question sticker. Just type in your question. Happy to answer it in a life. I love you, each one of you, and keep growing and shining and enjoy life. Interesting times are coming up. We need you mentally strong, mentally fit, willing to learn, willing to reflect. It's going to be one of the greatest skills to have. I love you.